Man, thank you. I thought today's show was awesome, man. Let me get this adjusted real quick. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live reaction to episode 57, part 3 of our Memphis Wrestling Super Bout. Hello, I'm Dustin Starr alongside Abby. And also, check out the new Worm t shirts over here. Got it all set up for tomorrow. We are live here at 3296 Winbrook Drive. You can get your tickets at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com tomorrow. That's Sunday, March 27th. Evil Uno will be in the house, and he says that he's recruiting for Dark Order. So who's he going to recruit? We'll find that out. Also, Scotty Too Hottie is bringing the Worm. We're going to see how many of the Memphis wrestling fans can do the Worm and who's the best at it. We have a lot of fun scheduled for tomorrow. So Evil Uno, Scotty Too Hottie, VIPs at 12:30. Bell time is 2 p.m. You can come in an hour earlier, meet the guys, snap it up, get some autographs and all that kind of stuff. So boom, bam, boom, championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Today's show was awesome. So what I feel like we do a really good job at is putting matches out there with superstars that you've seen worldwide or nationwide. But then today was the super bout because those are two homegrown Memphis wrestling superstars going one-on-one in the main event, undefeated in singles competition with the most prestigious championship on the line, the Memphis Heritage title. And the way that the Gun Show Bret Michaels handed the title over at the beginning of the show to Austin Lane, or at the beginning of the match, only to have Austin have to hand it back at the end. Those two guys absolutely delivered what I think is a 5-star match with an excellent story. You don't have to have guys turn on each other and cheat and do all that kind of stuff. What happened to the competition where you have the two very best in the organization going one-on-one and getting a clean finish? And I did see that some of you thought there might be a disqualification finish to get out of it. Absolutely not, man. Gun Show, one-on-one with the best of the best. And if you thought that was awesome, tomorrow, right here at the Wrestle Center, the Gun Show Bret Michaels is defending against Big Swole Justin Cole, one-on-one with the title on the line. And of course, you saw today on the show that on April 10th, the Murder Hawk monster Lance Archer is back, and he's going one-on-one with the Gun Show Bret Michaels. So a lot of stuff, huh? Lots of stuff.
I wasn't here for the first one, Lance Archer, so this should be interesting.
Lance Archer is a maniac, and he was absolutely killing Dustin Rhodes just the other day. Let's see here. Steve G says, great show. Thank you, brother. Clown, what's up, man? Hopefully see you tomorrow. Rob says, it was super. Coley says, what exactly happened to the main event? What do you mean what happened to the main event? It went off without a hitch. It's a great show. There's Austin Lane. He's got a little bandage on his head there. Sorry, man. What a match, though. Fantastic match. Says Dan wants to join the Dark Order. Well, that's fine, but does the Dark Order want Dan to join? Gun Show Bret Michaels. Boom! One of my favorite things in Memphis wrestling is when the Gun Show does the boom and the whole crowd yells boom. Steve G says, Dustin, good show, great job. What's happening next Saturday's show? Next Saturday is the biggest signing in Memphis wrestling history. WWE's two-time Hall of Famer and 6-time world champion Booker T will be right here on Memphis Wrestling next week, and it is absolutely awesome. You guys are going to love that. That's next week, Booker T. Rob says, Austin Lane, no shame. It was an incredible match. Absolutely. Good match, Gun Show, says Steve G. Lurvy says, hello, Dustin. Another fine main event between Bret Michaels and Austin Lane. I heard rumors that you might return to the ring. And announcer Terrence Ward would fill in for you at the desk. That was a question of the week where somebody asked that if I were to get back in the ring or if I were to leave the broadcast booth at an extended period of time, who would take my spot? And I said Terrence Ward. But that doesn't mean that I am going to do that. That just means that what if? So stay tuned. Destiny, what's up? Such a beautiful historic match. Loved it, Dustin. Thank you. I do too, man. I really think that set the bar for main events. And I'm not talking about Aldous Gresham or any of the special attractions that come in. I'm talking about our Memphis wrestling crew. You could not have asked for a better main event than that. Brad Skimmerhorn, Big Dustin, and Abby. What's up, Brad? You weren't too much help for Uncle Mikey today. Maybe he should have taken the chain. I'm going to be honest with you here.
I'm never asking Brad for advice.
Adam says, great show today. Thank you. Wrestling with MMA, Lane and Michaels was a barn burner for sure. There's Austin in there showing some respect. 5-star to the rage. Congrats to the new Memphis Wrestling Women's Champion. Actually, it was super cool seeing Mickie James on the program. Oh my gosh, one of my absolute favorite women's wrestlers, my favorite diva. Awesome to have her in the house. Rob says, Gun Show Brett Michaels, this is the match. I'll show folks interested in learning about wrestling. There's not a better compliment than that. See you next week on Wrestle Weekend 3. I'm not sure what that is. Victoria says, Abby! That main event was about competition. It really was. And I think some people thought there were going to be some swerves, or Austin, that maybe you might turn into a bad guy and use some cheating tactics, but it didn't happen. So much respect for you guys going right down the middle. Coley says, is Cody Rhodes going to return at WrestleMania 38? Yes, either Monday or at WrestleMania 38, which you can watch absolutely free at Dave and Buster's in Memphis. That's Saturday and Sunday next week. In Memphis, we'll give you a free power card as well. Great job helping Mikey, says Rob. Victoria says, great show. Thank you so much. Gun show, yes, it was, no doubt. Lots of respect shown in that main event. There was a little bit more respect. I probably will have to go back and give you some of the uncut version just because there's only so much television time and we want to pack it full of action. But there was a lot of respect that went down immediately following that match. Another excellent main event. Thank you. Best part was bro hug at the end, says Victoria. I love it. I think it's awesome. Sportsmanship. Reality check. You know what I'm saying? Clown says, what's up, Gun Show? Nice match. Any news about the posse? We are working hard and diligent to re-sign the posse so they can bring the tag team titles back. And we're still working on that. Stay tuned. You'll see the updates each week as we provide them. And also, I believe next week the Young Goats are back in action. So I'll get all that information up for you. There's a little teaser. Yeah, I heard about the Sesame Street. Yeah. Brett earned my respect in that main event. Happy that Brett is leading Memphis Wrestling. That's a hell of a thing to say, Austin. Thank you for that. Rob says Dustin Starr, Dark Order number 11. Well, if I'm going to be in a Dark Order, I got to be number 5, right? But that's Alan Angels, isn't it? I don't think I'm joining Dark Order. Uno's not coming for me. He might be coming for Abby. I don't know.
No.
Brad says, man, he should have, but we talked it out. We're on the same page. It's all Gucci in the Skims house. Well, that's good. Adam says, hey, with Booker T coming next week, and next week is on the doorstep of WrestleMania. That's right. So Booker T being on the program on WrestleMania weekend is absolutely fantastic. Remember, everybody dies, even Murder Hawks. Skims for the Hall of Fame. Wow. Hey, Dustin. Oh, yeah. Let's get wild, bro. What's up, Michael Wade? See you're doing your podcast and everything. Nice job. Keep grinding. Lurvy says Nick Aldis and Mickie James. A taste of the Crockett Cup made its way to Memphis last week. Also, Matt Cardona, if you remember that. Whew. Willie says the Gun Show is awesome. I agree. William says the best of the best in the Gun Show should team up and go for the tag team titles. Who would beat them? I don't think anybody would. David Ali's very impressive. Will we get to see more of him moving forward? Yeah, he's been on the program for probably the last month in a row, so you'll see a little bit more of him. Elements of Wrestling or a bad apple that spoils the bunch. Oh man, those guys stink, for real. Will there be a crossover with Championship Wrestling from Hollywood? Actually, I think now they're called Championship Wrestling presented by CarShield. And there's always a crossover. We've had EJ Sparks on the show. That's where David Ali came from, was Championship Wrestling from Atlanta. Heather Monroe as well. So there's a lot of the crew on the United Wrestling Network that come to Memphis to get their opportunity. Another one that I really want to bring in is Beef Candy. I think you're mispronouncing the posse names. This is a PG program here. Next week, tell Booker T wants questions about Reality of Wrestling and Championship Wrestling from Texas. Well, we will talk about Reality of Wrestling, but there's not a Championship Wrestling from Texas just yet. Adam, I'm Dark Order number 13.50. Abby can be one of Negative One's Puppy Love. All right.
I don't know what that means.
Negative One is in the group. He's a little kid. Elements of Wrestling almost make the Stinker Horns look good. Man, they really stunk to join up on that one. I did join Luther's Army of Darkness. Dark Order? Nah, not interested, says Larrabee. John says, I'm so happy for Brett Michaels' push he's getting, and Brad Stinkerhorn is terrible help. I agree. Beef candy. I would love to have beef candy. They would be absolutely excellent. Anyways, we are going to wrap it up here. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments here, rapid fire style, and I'll answer them. There's a brand new podcast called The Shooting Star that I did with Brian Trammell. It is going to air on this YouTube channel in full. It's about an hour and a half. I believe it drops at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I talk about everything from Bill Dundee to Jerry Lawler to starting Memphis Wrestling, building the Wrestle Center. I mean, it is very, very in-depth, and you might not like everything that I have to say, but I will tell you that it is all 100% true, and it's going to be on this YouTube channel at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. It actually was released about a month ago on Patreon. You had to pay $5 for it, and so then after it's posted, boom, now we have a new one that we're going to record next week. So if you guys have any questions, hit me up with the question of the week. But man, we go into detail about the Memphis Wrestling, the drama, stuff that you guys don't know about, but probably are interested about. And I'll tell you, it's kind of like Conrad Thompson, in his podcast where they do a deep dive. So it's really, really good stuff. Rob says, Elements of Wrestling. Hello, the pimps on Beale Street want their look back. Steve G, bring in Avalon and Rosa and let them teach the posse a lesson. Of course I want to bring those guys in. Have a good week, Dustin and Abby. Keep going strong. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. Here's Stinkers for Dumpster Duty. Thanks for slapping Jimmy Hart for being ignorant towards Maria. Oh my gosh. Good to know that it will be on YouTube soon. Thanks, Dustin. Yes, it will be today. It's about an hour and a half long, and you guys are really going to be surprised at what you hear. Also, before we go, let me walk you guys around the Wrestle Center real quick. I want to show you what we've got going on. Awesome. All right, so booyah. So there's the Worm t-shirts. We do have those in stock at the Wrestle Center, so you'll be able to get those tomorrow. Also, Scotty 2 Hotty will be here to autograph them as well. Look who made the wall here. So we're just setting up. We will have t-shirts for sale tomorrow at the Wrestle Center. That's pretty cool. So here you go, Gun Show versus the Murder Hawk Monster. Also, April 15th, we will be in Ripley, Tennessee at the National Guard Armory. Zicky Dice will be in the house on the 16th. So we've got the 10th of April, we've got the 15th of April, and we have the 16th of April. And then here we go. And like I said, we're not all the way set up just yet, but you can see that we are ready for Scotty 2 Hotty and Evil Uno right here in Memphis. We got some very cool Worm stickers and also ball cards and everything else. Have a couple of different shirts for Scotty. You want to see my worm? Want to see the worm, I'm sorry. And then also here at Evil Uno, you guys will be able to get your own masks autographed. Of course, we have ball